We finally got to Hanoi. We are extremely excited to be officially here in Vietnam. So right now, Rachel is trying to withdraw some money from the ATM, and later I would like to get SIM cards as well, because of course it is very important to have internet whenever you go to a foreign country, especially if it is, in my case, out of Europe. And we also booked a taxi in advance, and he should be waiting for us outside actually. And yeah, so we're so looking forward to starting our adventure here in Vietnam. Terrace of our hotel. This space is actually really nice, and the view that we have from here is incredible. So right now we want to go swimming in the swimming pool. It's actually not the biggest one that I've seen, but it's not the smallest, so it is okay. But the view that you get from here is absolutely gorgeous. So right now we're going to go for a nice dip, and later we are going to go around the city. We are going to be drinking something which is extremely famous in this country. I'm talking about salted coffee. I know that it may sound a bit odd to you, and trust me, it does to me as well. But in this country you can actually have something which is called salted cream coffee, and yeah, so this is what we are going to have now. I've never drank anything like that in my life, but I know about the existence of that coffee because I've seen so many blogs about this country, and I know that you can actually find it here.
It sounds very exciting. We are very adventurous, so we're looking forward to trying it.
So here we have our salted cream coffees. They are absolutely amazing, and actually the flavour of the coffee is beyond expectations. I do have to say that I love the fact that the cream that they are here is actually well thick, and it gives like a very interesting consistency to the whole entire thing. And I most definitely highly recommend it, and it is something which is once again perfect of this country, and I'm so looking forward to drinking more of this so famous salted cream coffee. Do you like it?
I adore it. It's very nice. However, I told the waiter not to put ice in it because I have sensitive teeth, and he put ice in it, and you can imagine the pain I got when I cracked into the ice. No, I don't even tell you.
There is something that I really like about Vietnam, and that's the fact that you can find here Oriental architecture and Western European architecture as well. You can be on one street and you can see like sort of French looking houses, and you can be on another street and you can see kind of like Chinese pagodas. It is absolutely magical. I love it.
It's absolutely beautiful. We love where we are. We're right in the historical centre, and we're now going to go and explore and see it for ourselves.
And we are by the historical cathedral, which is just basically over there. And we can see it from our hotel. We're extremely happy. Do you know what? Hanoi is much better than what we thought. As you know, Vietnam was part of the French Empire for many years. That's why you can find incredible colonial buildings like this one throughout the country. This is St. Joseph Cathedral, a 19th century Gothic revival church that serves as the cathedral of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Hanoi. The cathedral is named after Joseph, the patron saint of Vietnam. After dinner, we went to Beer Street. It is located in the historical town of Hanoi. This place is one of the most interesting places that you can visit if you want to have fun and a drink. Good morning everyone, so it is almost 8 a.m. in the morning and we are feeling kind of okay, taking into account that we went out yesterday. And right now we need to go downstairs because we want to go to have breakfast, but mainly because we would like to have a nice cup of coffee.
And we have no idea what is waiting for us. Hopefully it'll be a nice spread. And we were actually out quite a lot last night and we didn't have any food whatsoever. So I think our tummies are rumbling now.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go.
Welcome to our rooftop bar. Here we have a lovely view of the city. We didn't actually discover this yesterday, but we've just discovered it now. It's a little bit windy, but I reckon here it would be a nice place to have a drink or two. Wow, pretty nice. Very windy.
Be careful with stuff. Be careful. Right now we are walking by the Ho Hoang Kiem Lake. I don't know whether I am pronouncing it properly. This is the first time that I actually try to pronounce Vietnamese words.
But do you know what? We have learned more Vietnamese, I think, than even Turkish.
Really?
Yeah.
For example?
For example, xin chào, hello. Come on, thank you. And yo means cheers.
Exactly. So right now we are walking to a clinic where they are going to be doing some sort of laser for my scars on my forehead, because I always try to do at least one procedure once a month because I would like to improve the appearance of my scars on my forehead. And I found a very good clinic here with Japanese technology apparently. So that sounds great. I've seen pictures of the facilities and it is trustworthy in my opinion. What do you think about the Ho Hoang Kiem Lake?
I think the lake is extremely beautiful. It's really nice to go for a walk, to feel the sense of the city, and to really experience what life in Hanoi is like.
And what do you think about the pagoda right in the middle of
Well,
that?
the pagoda in the middle stands as a lost monument in time. It reminds me of many years ago here in Hanoi, when the city was, of course, very different from now. And of course, somehow they probably built it in the middle of the lake.
And also, like, to come around the lake for a walk, it's, in my opinion, something very interesting to do. If you like green spaces, of course, because as you know, Hanoi is actually a very big city. There are, I would say, more than 8 million people living here. And that's why finding green spaces in the center would come to be kind of almost impossible. So that's why to come by the Ho Hoang Kiem Lake would be a very good escapade for you to escape a bit the bustle and hassle of the city. Let me explain to you what I'm getting today. First of all, they cleansed my face. Later, they applied anesthesia and I had to wait for 30 minutes in order for it to make effect. Then they extracted some blood samples from me, as one of the procedures was going to be PRP. It is the process where they extract the vitamins from your blood, and later it is injected under your scars to make them seem better. And finally, I got a CO2 fractional laser treatment. So everyone, this is what my face looks like after the treatment. I do have to say that this one, in comparison to the other 3 ones that I've had before in Russia, Spain and Turkey, this one was the most painful one, I do have to say. However, there is something that tells me that it is way more professional than in any other place where I've been, because they actually got like an x-ray of my face or something like that, which is from Japan, that machine. So basically to understand more the layers of your skin. I also had the platelet-rich plasma injections injected into my face, and they also gave me like a lovely head massage and neck massage, and I had like a collagen cream, a mask over my face. I have to say that I feel extremely satisfied with the treatment in this place. It is absolutely top-notch. So if you come over here and you want to do like Botox or you want to do laser, whatever you want to do, you can come to this clinic. I love it. Well, it is officially midday, and right now we need to find a place where to have lunch. I'm feeling kind of hungry.
There must be so many amazing Vietnamese places, so we just need to find a nice place.
Right now we would like to have a lovely pho bo, as we are in Vietnam, of course. Wow, this is kind of interesting because we were given some youtiao. Well, in China they call them youtiao. I don't know how they call it here. So this is something which is just basically made of dough. We're so looking forward to having our first pho bo in Vietnam.
You know what? It's official. This is the best pho bo ever that I've tried, and especially this.
The amount of motorbikes in this city is absolutely insane. Like, I had heard about them here, but seriously, it seems that there are more motorbikes than even people here.
You've got to be very careful wherever you go, because like literally you could just be walking and then they slam right into you.
Another great park in the city is Ton Bien Tonat. I just really hope that I am pronouncing those words properly. And if I am not, I'm sorry, I'm not Vietnamese. But I'm trying my hardest. Anyway, so this area is one of my favorite ones in the city because it is extremely green and beautiful. And also they've got another beautiful lake just down there. There are actually quite a few lakes in the city. So if you are into lakes, Hanoi is your city.
Yeah. Come to Hanoi if you want to enjoy lots of lovely lakes, and also if you're a bit lucky you can find some squirrels that are around the park.
Really? Have you seen one?
Yeah, I saw one.
Oh wow. We have noticed that here in Hanoi there is a lack of places where you can buy beauty products like in Japan, Thailand and Taiwan. In those countries you can find Watson and any other place where you can buy them, when you can buy things, you know, but over here we haven't seen one single shop. We just found this place where they were selling Japanese things, and we got this banana milk drink, which is extremely tasty and refreshing because today is extremely hot and we needed something like this actually. So yeah.
I never would have associated Japan with banana milkshakes, but possibly this is the best Japanese banana milkshake I've ever had.
Right now we are in the 15th century Chuan Tzu Pagoda. This place is absolutely stunning because here you can see Oriental architecture with tropical plants, and I do have to say that here you can actually breathe peace in the air. It is beautiful. I love the incense and all these red lanterns as well. I love the place. This is the headquarters of the Buddhist saga of Vietnam, so that's why this is most definitely one of the most important pagodas in the country. And yeah, so this is obviously one of the places that you have to see when you come to the capital of Vietnam. what are you having?
Okay, so this is like an avocado smoothie. It's extremely cold and it's extremely affordable. It only costs €2. In Miami, I think we paid something like $12.
In New York, we pay €10.
Exactly, in New York, and here just €2. So definitely come and try this in Hanoi.
We want to go to the other side of the street, but it is kind of difficult because there are so many cars and motorbikes.
But we can't cross, and we're extremely worried that we're going to get hit.
This is our mission impossible for today, I think.
I'm getting coronavirus to
Yes. But I think that people here are more wild than Cairo. They try.
Most definitely. Too many motorbikes everywhere.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Goyang is the only shop that we found in the historical center of Hanoi, similar to Watson. We love buying skincare and beauty products. So right now we would like to get to portable fans because it is really hot. And probably we are going to need them throughout the country and in Cambodia, so that's why we are going to buy them here. And by the way, they're so cheap. It just costs like about €3, less than €3 actually. So this is what we are going to be purchasing right now. On the way back to the hotel, we went past this shop and we decided to buy a few pieces of clothes. As you can see, we are already ready to go out tonight. We are extremely looking forward to having a lot of fun today. And so right now we would like to get some fruit for dinner because in the evening we don't like to eat a lot because obviously we don't want to get,
So
big.
we're thinking of a dragon fruit or a mango.
Yeah, exactly. I also would like to get an electrolyte because I feel kind of dehydrated after all this drama today. Eventually we decided to have another avocado smoothie and trust me, it was just as good as the first one. Then we went to Dong King Nha Thuoc Square. My goodness, this name is so long. We later went to Miniso to see what we could buy. We eventually ended once again in Beer Street. This place is amazing. We had a few beers, but we actually wanted to have something different. That's why we went to Circle K to buy a nice soda drink. We also went to a nightclub where we saw a person who collapsed after having a laughing gas balloon. Do not buy this thing because you could die. This man was about to die. Then we met this lady who was trying to sell us some fruit around 3 a.m. in the morning. Hello everyone, so today's our second day here in Vietnam. It is midday. Today we were a bit naughty because we stayed until actually just like 30 minutes ago in the room. We were sleeping because yesterday we obviously went dancing like until extremely late. I don't even know what time we got home, back to the hotel. But anyway, so right now we came to this shop which is next to our hotel to buy some souvenirs. I'm going to buy this fan which is lovely. And later we want to go to a very big complex of temples, I think, or palaces. I don't know what that place is actually, but it looks very interesting. It is obviously built with our Oriental architecture styles. It is beautiful, very Chinese looking actually. And later we want to go to the train street. Before going to the Temple of Literature, we decided that it was better to have lunch before, otherwise it was going to be too late after leaving that place. After having lunch, we thought that it was also a very good idea to have a cappuccino. We were needing a nice warm cup of coffee. It was amazing. We finally got to the stunning temple of literature, Vang Miao Chok Du Giam. This place is absolutely stunning. Do you know that this part of the country used to be part of China, or they say that was invaded? I don't know whether actually it was considered to be part of the country, but many years back, this place was actually under Chinese rule for 1,000 years, and no wonder why there is so much similarity between the architecture of northern Vietnam and the south of China. This is actually a Confucius temple, and this place is very similar to those temples you would see in Taiwan or Guangdong in China. So if you like history, this is a very good place to come, because here you can learn and also you can appreciate the stunning architecture that this place has to offer you.
We feel very, very nice here because it reminds us of our days back in China. And if you know us, we absolutely adore China, Chinese culture.
We love the Chinese culture.
This place is just magical.
So for us, this is kind of like Viagra, to be honest with you. Seriously, it's given us so much like happiness, everything.
I really like this tree behind me. When I look at these kind of trees, I think of places like Cambodia, maybe Angkor Wat. If any of you know the name of this tree, please write it down in the comments.
Another very important thing about this place, apart from being mesmerizingly beautiful, is the fact that it is even way older than the Gugong in China, in Beijing. I'm talking about the Forbidden City. Do you know this temple was established in the year 1070? So we're talking that this temple is basically by 500 years older than the Gugong in China.
It's amazing to think that when we were in the Gugong, we thought, can you get anything older than this in this sort of architecture? But you can
in Hanoi,
and you can find it here in Hanoi.
This place is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. Seriously, there's a lot of history, and this should most definitely be in your list of places to see in Hanoi.
And also, I want to point out that in Asia, especially in these type of countries, the entrance fee is very affordable.
It is very affordable. I believe that in Europe we have gone by far to I think that we are wicked. Because like I mean, I don't want to include myself because I'm not the one obviously imposing those prices, but in Europe we do actually exaggerate with the entry fees. I think they are by far too high. I never thought that something so simple as to cross the street would be so dangerous and kind of risky for your life in Vietnam. Imagine, just to go from one side to the other, you have to be extremely concentrated and pay attention because they actually seem extremely vicious, all these drivers.
Especially the motorbike drivers, right?
Yes. We finally got to Huan Tan Thang Long, which is the Imperial Citadel of Hanoi. This is, on our list, this was actually the second place that we wanted to come to because we love history. And by the way, this was built back at the beginning of the year 1000. So you can imagine this is also extremely ancient, just like the other place that we went to. This is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which means that it is protected by the UNESCO.
The Imperial Citadel of Thang Long is a complex of historical buildings. The buildings represent the history of Vietnam. The construction started in 1010 and it wasn't finished until 1011 by Li Tai Tho.
wanted to go inside the complex of the Mausoleum of Ho Chi Minh. We were not allowed because apparently we were not dressed up accordingly, even though we saw some people who were almost naked. That evening, on the way back to the hotel, we went via Train Street. This place, in my opinion, is one of the best places in the city because here you can seriously relax and just sit down and enjoy the vibes of the city. However, the idea of a train going through this extremely narrow alley is a bit scary in my opinion. That's why we decided to have a drink in one of the cafes on the second floor. We just didn't want to risk our lives. Hello everyone, good morning. So today we're going to go on a lovely excursion. We are going to Halong Bay, which is one of the natural wonders of the world. It is actually protected by the UNESCO, and we're so looking forward to seeing incredible and stunning nature today. We just got to the ferry station here at the marina of Halong Bay, and I just really hope that if you come on this tour you get better weather than what we have right now, because right now, as you can see, it is extremely foggy, misty, rainy and cloudy. So I just really hope that you get obviously a better climate in order for you to appreciate the beauty of the landscape, because actually you can't really see far away in the horizon here because it is absolutely covered in mist and fog. Anyway, so right now apparently we are going to be taken to a boat for later to have lunch, and then we are going to be taken to the area where you can see the mountains in the water, and then later we are going to be able to choose individually what activity we would like to have. Among them, I believe that he mentioned something about trekking, kayaking and other activities that I can't really recall right now. So what do you think?
It's absolutely magical. It's very, very sad that we can't see much because of the clouds. However, you can still see the rock formations, the plants, the trees. We're on a lovely boat.
At least we are sailing near enough to see it, a tiny bit. I mean, it's not the best weather ever, but at least we can see it.
Yeah. And I suppose if we went a little further that way, we'd get to China.
China. Songbo. We just got to T-Top Island and we are going to go to the beach here for a walk, although I don't think that we are actually swimming today because the weather doesn't... Actually, it is rather warm. For the record, it is actually rather warm. So I suppose that the water wouldn't be a problem, but it is kind of complicated. Imagine like we would have to get the sun off and then we don't have actually towels. We just brought like a very small one. That's not going to be enough for 2 adults. So I suppose that we are just going to enjoy it with our eyes.
Yeah, but we haven't come to Hanoi or to Halong Bay to go swimming. We've come here to see the rock formations. This is definitely not the weather to go swimming, but if you stay tuned, we will go swimming in Nha Trang.
Exactly, we are going to Nha Trang. Now there is going to be much warmer, I suppose, because it is in the south. Although, oh my lord, I would love to go swimming here. So right now we're going to go on a high-speed boat. This is going to be an incredible experience. We pay 10 euros per person and apparently it is going to last for like 20 minutes, which is long enough to have a bit of fun. And so yeah, this is what we're going to do now. After such a long day, we just wanted to go to the night market to grab something to eat, and later we went to Beer Street to have, of course, a beer. Since today is our last day in Hanoi, we are going to go around templing. That means that we have to see at least 3 temples today. Some of the most important ones, of course, that we still have not seen in this city. I really cannot believe that tomorrow we are leaving this city. We are going down to Nha Trang, which is a seaside resort city, and we are excited, but we also feel kind of sad because Hanoi is actually a very nice city. it is a lot better than what I thought. It is very dynamic. There are a lot of things going on every single evening and during the day. Today's, for example, like a Saturday, and it feels so positive to be here. Everyone is out, people are doing like normal activities, people are going to the temples. It's just like lovely.
And you just feel so calm here, laid back. Everyone's going about their business, but in a calm and peaceful way.
In Halong Bay, we made 2 American friends. These 2 ladies come from Atlanta, Georgia. Since they were leaving today, we decided to come for a nice coffee together, as we also are leaving tomorrow morning. So we just got to the Hot Thai Lake to visit the pagoda, which is basically by it. It is absolutely beautiful, and I actually came here because I love the shape of the building. It is very beautiful. I love the Chinese Buddhist architecture, and this is what we are going to be seeing now. So, and later we'll have to go back to the center because they have to go back to their hotel because they are leaving at midday, as they have to be flying today from Hanoi back to the States.
Okay, you want to do you first?
No, we're doing it together. They're gonna take
Oh,
for
no,
us. Because first of all, I don't even do it.
Three.
1,
Go.
2, okay. What's grabbing onto my head? I gotta go bless you.
We have just come to Chuan Tan Temple. This is one of the 4 sacred temples in Hanoi. This is also dedicated to Xuan Wu, which is basically one of the deities in Taoism, as this temple is actually a Taoist temple. I do have to say that it's just incredible. I love the white color in the temple, and it is very similar to the Longshan temple that we saw in Taipei in Taiwan. So if you want to enjoy, once again, lovely Chinese architecture, this is another place where you can come to do it.
So everyone, right now we are in the Songbian Din. This is basically like Red Square in Moscow or Tiananmen Square in Beijing. And right behind me is the mausoleum of the famous revolutionary leader Ho Chi Minh.
Hello everyone, we are right now at the airport. Today we are flying down to the train. We're extremely happy because I really cannot wait to go swimming in the sea. And I just really hope that it is actually warm. That's why we decided to go to the train instead of the Nam, because of the fact that the train is more to the south. So in theory it should be warmer down there. Anyway, right now we would like to have a nice photo before we fly because we are feeling kind of hungry actually. And now we are leaving at 4 p.m. So right now it is just 2 p.m. So we've got kind of like 2 hours until we actually fly down there. We have finally come to the end of our first part of our Vietnam adventure. If you want to see more, please stay tuned and see more of this incredible country.